Hey, what's going on, everybody? First, I want to tell you guys about a $41,000 story. How I lost $41,000 last year on this patio project. And it has taught me a lot about contractors because this is the second time. You would think after your first time that you will learn, but no. In the industry of contracting, there's a lot of skillful laborers, skillful master technicians that can do their job very well to construct all these different apparatuses. But I'll tell you this, no matter the project, you always have some shadiness going on. And I think it's important that you guys understand the ways that a lot of contractors may take you through a circus and walk away with thousands of dollars. And I know some of you are like, there's no way someone's going to take me for $41,000. Well, there's different ways on how they do this. There's many ways on how they'll go about a project and or how they go about taking your money. And what we need to understand, family, excuse me, is this is moving all over the place. How they go about this is you paying in increments or you paying a lump sum up front. Now, when we look at this patio project right behind me, this project started off at $60,000, all inclusive, meaning that it was coming with the grill, the refrigerator, ceiling fans here, there, ceiling fans on the back walls, and I even have enough money to put motorized screens. Now, this patio project is 720 square feet, but at the time last year, I had a really good deal, or thought I had a really good deal on what was going on here. So when we look at this patio project, it's somewhat massive when it comes to patio projects within my area. And believe it or not, family, when people get patios put in, if it's not adjacent to an additional, or excuse me, an initial patio that you've already had, then this is a very, very large project. So when we look at it, all the work I've got done, this is the second time that this roof has been built, the ceiling, the roof, as well as the shingles, all of that. This is the second time, because the first time was last year, where I had a contractor that I would pay a certain percentage at each stage of the project, which I was very, very comfortable with. One fatal flaw that I continue to get myself in trouble, and people who are in the contracting world, you guys understand this, but another thing I must point out is the importance of a permit. When you are adding things to your home, depending on how strict your HOA is, they're making sure you go with the initial plans, drawings, diagrams. I had to submit all that to my HOA. And then, thinking that the contractor was going to do the right thing by the project and by the amount of money that I was paying him, that he was going to essentially put in for a permit and pass. But before he even put in a permit, he already started building. Let me tell you this particular contractor here, before he did anything, he had a permit. So that was, that was my first laws, understanding that legally or ethically, you should get the permit before you start building, like this builder did, knowing that everything is going to go through without a hitch. So the first contractor started to build the structure, then started to put in the permits, but his engineer plans wasn't legit. He didn't it wasn't legible, and he didn't have a engineer stamp, which in this area you need an engineer stamp as well. I don't know if that's industry wide throughout the states, but it is here in Texas. You need an engineer stamp. And after a month of the contractor ghosting me, I finally called the city to see was there a permit ever put in. They said, yeah, he put in a request for a permit, but it continued to get denied because I want gas ran under the patio, and there's certain provisions and safety guidelines for that. He did not want to do. He just tried to surpass, like, oh, we do this all the time. He's like, yeah, but you got to have safety measures so there's an escape of where the gas can come out in case there's a leak. And I guess he didn't want to go through with that because he said he was already taking a loss on the project because all the things that he stated that he would include inside the deal. because the deal was for $60,000, family. Now, a lot of you like, God damn, that's a lot for a patio. And in some regards, it is. But not in this area, especially a patio of this magnitude. So when we look at that, I was getting a deal. He was like, this is going to be my grand project. I'm going to showcase it and market it and blah, 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 saying this is what I can do. He never got the permit approved. So the contractor ghosted me and never spoke to me again. How do you recoup $41,000? You can't do it in small claims court because that only goes up to $20,000. If it's outside of a 30 or 60 day window, your credit cards won't even reimburse you because it's outside of their return window or fraudulent scams of that magnitude, depending on what credit card company you have. The other thing for you to do is to legally try to find the LLC, have them to respond, get a lawyer on the case, and you probably recoup $25,000 top. You have to pay the lawyer, you have to pay the court filing fees, or you can try to make them do it as well. But there's so many things you got to go through to retain the $41,000 that I've lost. And let me just tell you now, family, I haven't recouped any of that money. But this project is $62,000, and I had to pay for all of the appliances, all of the lights, all of the ceiling fans, and guess what? That's not included into the $62,000. That's out of pocket once again. So when we're looking at this project, and you see all the wood and everything behind me, when we're looking at this project, family, what you're going to understand is this. This project is roughly $130,000. And the amount of money that I thought I was going to get back on the return by building an attached patio, hopefully now, I wish I can even break even. You guys have a good one. Learn from my dumbass mistakes. Make sure when people are coming to your home, doing things where they have to deal with the city and also your HOA, make sure they have a permit before they start working, because you never know if the deal is going to go through. I'm learning. $41,000. What a lesson.